out, Hong Kong. Singapore's hungry, and she's after your lunch.
If you compare Singapore, I mean, go back to 1995 or go back to 1990 or even year 2000 and compare that to, say, what Hong Kong was back then, and Hong Kong was much more international, much more cosmopolitan, and had much more to offer. And everybody saw Singapore as a sleepy place where it wasn't as much fun to go. And believe me, it's changed so much. And now Singapore is cosmopolitan, it's international, and it's attracted many wealthy international individuals. People that like to play, and they like to go out.
In a city that works hard, then plays harder, there's no shortage of spectacular rooftops from which to drink in the view.
If you look at the restaurant scene here and you look at the clubbing scene, it's great, it's vibrant. Okay, it's competitive, and we're challenged, and we always have to continue to excel at what we're doing, and we challenge ourselves every day to be better. That's what coup d'etat means, being revolutionary, being innovative, being better, more exciting.
The thing is, in a city that's always pumping, there's usually someplace hotter and higher that you can be. One altitude towers over the city, and at 282 meters above the sea, it claims to be the highest al fresco bar in the world. So when the sun goes down, all it takes is a drink or three to turn the city into a shimmering haze. Now here in this part of the city, I want to show you an up-and-coming place where you get shops, bars, and restaurants. This is the regentrified Chinatown region, the former red light district. Now as you walk along the streets, take notice because some things may not be as they seem. Located somewhere along Keong Saik Road is a super secret bar. So while on the surface it has all the trappings of a bespoke tailor, now this is very interesting. This is your tailor shop, is that right?
Yes, it is. It's a family business.
Yeah.
It's been around for about 40 years now. And then what I did ever since taking it over was to rebrand, revamp, and the first thing, relocate, new hotspot, Keong Saik, and then, we see how the business will go from there.
Wow. And your suits, how much do they?
We start at 2,002 Sing dollars, fully hand-stitched, handmade, all done locally in Singapore by my grand-uncle and his team.
I love looking at your suits, but I'm really thirsty and I love a good drink.
And you are in the right place.
Am I?
Yes, and I have to lead you through it. So shall we?
Sure,
Yeah.
Show me the way.
Yep. So Susan, may I?
Oh, please. In your dressing room?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll find your way.
You step through the looking glass and you'll discover that there's a lot more than meets the eye. The library lies at the heart of the city's burgeoning cocktail scene. But you'll need a password, a secret word to get in. And it's so private that this was the only part that we were allowed to show. If you want to see more, you'll just have to stop by for a drink. That's if you can find it. But if you want something really special, and no other Asian city can give you this just 10 minutes away from the city center, you can hit the beach. Tanjong Beach Club, or TBC for those in the know, it's the brainchild of Christian and Julian Tan, Aussie brothers who grew up surfing and wanted to bring that laid-back beach culture to Singapore.
What we felt was missing in Singapore was a sort of an active beach scene. There were beaches in Singapore and there were nice beaches, but there wasn't really much of a beach culture. And we wanted to really create that here in Tanjong Beach Club.
TBC has only been around for 4 years, but it's already something of a Sunday institution. And after a big night on the town, what better way to see off your weekend than with a lazy afternoon by the beach?
We travel a lot, we've been to many beach clubs around the world, and when we came to this beach and just thought, wow, perfect for a beach club.
Because people saw this as more of a family town, I would say half a decade ago, but it's all changed in the last 5 years, and I just want to know, what do you think caused that change?
I think that there has been the input of the two new casinos and all the restaurants and bars involving around those casinos and the nightclubs, etc. I think that an amazing amount of talent that has come, foreign talent that has come with that, and all the amazing chefs, the Tetsuya, the Robuchon, etc. All this amazing talent that's sort of coming with that. In addition, the cocktail bar scene has exploded. There's 14, 15 sort of boutique little cocktail bars that have sort of opened up around the city, little speakeasies. Definitely lots of change going on, positive change, and Singapore's definitely loosened up for the better.
We all know that a weekend in Singapore is going to cost you. In fact, it's been ranked as one of the top 10 most expensive cities for a night out. The only Asian city on that list, in fact. And like everything else, you can blame it on the booze. It's one of the things that our friends over at Lux loathes about the city, the price of alcohol. A friendly Friday tipple gets slapped with a 25% tax. But don't worry, there's still plenty of things that they love. The food being one of them. It's a national obsession in Singapore. But in recent years, it's upped its culinary game. In fact, international chefs and critics have ranked 2 restaurants among the world's top 50. One of them is Waku Gin, Tetsuya's Zen-like temple at Marina Bay Sands. Embrace the celebrity chef's tributes to sake and modern Japanese food. But don't be fooled by the calm surroundings. Tetsuya runs his kitchen with a samurai-like discipline. Like anyone who goes by a one-word name, he's exacting in his standards.
Okay. All right.
Directing his disciples as they recreate his 10-course degustation menu. Hey, Chef Andre. Thanks for having us.
Good to see you.
It's a stark contrast to Restaurant Andre, where every meal is a study in imperfection. Even the chef doesn't know what's going on in the menu.
We don't have a fixed produce that is coming every day. We don't have a fixed menu. So we let our farmers and fishermen pick what's the best in the market, and then we adapt to it. We call it an octa philosophy. So octa philosophy is 8 elements represent 8 different dishes. So that's the only thing that we are following.
Open only when the chef is in town, dining at Restaurant Andre is an intimate experience, with the man himself stumping up to create the complex elemental dishes.
We want people to feel like it's coming to Andre's house. And then I'm always here, my wife is greeting the guests. So it's very intimate relationship with our guests. Our friends or guests will come in and they go straight into the kitchen and say hi, and I'll be right there and then come out and serve them. So that is very different compared to the conventional restaurant, and we want to keep it like that. That's why every time when I travel, I prefer to close the restaurant than let it run in without me.
And while you're enjoying the Octa gastronomy, be sure to ask the chef about his first customer, the country's first Prime Minister, Lee Kuan Yew. Because this now world-class restaurant was once the law office for Singapore's founding father, a fitting example of just how far the city has come. But for those who have the stomach for something a bit more thrilling, we kick it up a gear and tear up the city's streets along its famous F1 circuit.